Hi, welcome to CREd. In this installment of our series, we interview none other than Eric Buchfink. Up here in Canada, Eric is very well known. He's created a mattress chain called Mattress Mattress. They've been around for 26 years now and have 16 stores spanning across Western Canada. It's difficult for me personally to think of anybody more qualified to help us navigate through this COVID-19 situation and the re-emerging of business when we come out the other side of this pandemic. So I'll throw this over to you, Eric. How do you see COVID-19 changing the retail space?
As far as the shopping experience itself, there's going to be a lot more social distancing, or physical distancing, I think they call it now. There's going to be a lot more of that. You're hearing it already. They're saying that there's probably going to be a bit of a fallout on people that are going to be scared of things like rock concerts and hockey games and football games, and all of these things are going to be affected to a degree, because there's going to be a percentage of the population that is worried about their health, and they're going to do things to protect it that they never thought about before. Online sales, they feel, the Raymond James report that just came out yesterday, actually. So it talks about, online sales being up about 10% right now over the level that it was at before. Now, I don't know if that's overall. This isn't about bedding. This is about everything. So in terms of things like, I think you had sort of asked me, Ed, about floor models. We think, it's going to change. It's going to change. We're looking at already at things that we can use to that floor sample, when it's sold, goes out disinfected, so you don't have to worry about COVID-19 or H1N1 or any other virus or bacteria form that's going around at the time. So I don't think it's going to change much. There's always going to be that degree of customer that's not as concerned, that's going to buy floor samples and not worry about them. But I think that we're going to have to change our attitude towards them and probably do something in terms of sanitation and this. So probably going to change. We're already, with our stores that are open on a temporary limited basis, and our by appointment sales, we've already gone out. We've had to purchase mattress protectors. It's a flat protector that covers the mattress, and each customer gets one, just like our pillow napkin that we introduced 10 years ago. Now we've introduced this into our thing, and it'll be standard. You're going to have to pay for it, but protect the customer and protect our mattresses, so we're going to have to do that as well. We're going to step up the plate on that. We already have right now, but that will continue, or we see it. Whether it continues for everybody or not, we don't know. We're definitely going to just pay the price and make sure that every customer gets one of those when they come in. Wow. So sanitation, no more warm handshakes. We used to do handshakes as an introduction when customers came into the store. We used to let the customer do the golf ball demonstration. That's probably going to be, and we're going to have to do those ourselves. So physical distancing, sanitation, no more warm handshakes. Lots of little changes. Mattress protectors.
Right. So your stores, when you have customers come in, you guys actually do an entire education process where you take them in and you educate them on the different components of a mattress. And there's so the golf ball test you mentioned, I think that's where you take different types of foam and you drop golf balls on them to show the customer the reaction of the foams. Just to show there's differences. And so in the past, you actually did that really interactive. Customers would come in and do that themselves. But going forward, you might have to pull back on some of that, and where the salespeople are really the only people handling those pieces.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. And so this is great. So you're actually talking about when you sell a floor model, that you're going to have a product in store where you can sanitize the mattress, making sure all mattresses go out with a mattress protector. I mean, all these things, these sound like really great steps to be taking for consumers. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Now, Eric, I know I hear you have developed a great culture there. And I honor you for that, because that's not easy to do. So obviously you care about the retail salesperson. What's the message to not only your people, but salespeople across the country, across North America, even across the world? How should retail salespeople be preparing to go back to work at this point?
Uh, Good question. Good question. I don't know how they really should prepare. I mean, again, I think it's going to depend on what's the fallout after all this. How could we prepare for 9/11 back then? It all just sort of happened, and certain things fell into place, and new rules got implemented. So I don't know how they can prepare. I mean, just show up for work, and I think that there's going to be. I think that there's going to be a lot of jobs lost over this. There's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of business. I think that a great percentage of business that close, 10%, 20. I don't know what the number is going to be, but I think there are going to be a lot of small places close that can't make it because of this, and it's going to open up an awful lot of where in the past maybe it's been really tough. I think that you're going to see a lot more people in the workforce looking for jobs. So that's going to change things because I think people are going to maybe respect their jobs a little more than they have in the last 10, 15 years, 20 years. The world has changed. Millennials, maybe they're really worried. Um, you know, they wanted more time off. They didn't want to work as hard. They thought there was a big sense of entitlement. I think that a lot of that might change. I don't know, but might change to where we respect our more and that come to work maybe a little more dedicated and realizing that be thankful that you have a job. So other than that, I don't know how it's going to impact the world in terms of when everybody gets back to work. There's going to be lots of changes probably. I think
That now you did something some time ago that may have been super ahead of its time in that you eliminated exchanges, right? Do I have that right? Do you see that as something other retailers are going to have to go to as we move forward?
I think that they can do it. When we first did it, we did it back in 2010, and we called it our peace of mind guarantee. We guaranteed customers brand new mattresses, factory fresh, right out of the wrap, other than floor samples. When we did it, we were concerned. We thought we'd maybe lose some business. Our business that year went up 5%. So we looked at it and said, well, it obviously didn't affect us that much. It's a hard stand to take because most people really become true professional sales associates. There's no question in my mind about it because they don't have this big thing they can fall back on. And, if you don't like it, bring it back. The problem, and we really sold it on the basis, want to keep the next one. Everybody gives one exchange. Okay, what happens if the second one that comes is worse than the first one you had? Somebody didn't do a good job on selling you to begin with, right? They didn't do a good job because if they did the right job, it would be awesome. So would I like to think that other people are going to step on the bandwagon? Absolutely. We were kind of the first in Canada to maybe take a stand on it and do it. My nephew at the Mattress Asleep Company followed it a couple of years later. They did it. They're not doing exchanges. The Simmons Gallery or in Halifax or wherever it was in Nova Scotia, they followed suit and they did it. They tried it and it was successful, but they're not around anymore. They've closed their doors. But there's not that many of us. But I'd like to think that there's going to be a whole bunch of us because you're not doing the customer a favor. Proof of the pudding is 30,000 mattresses a year, and we do maybe 12, 10, 12, 13 is a big number,
Wow.
So it's not that often that you really have a problem with that. It's really addressing the customer's need to begin with.
Of course. Very cool. Very cool.
That's amazing, Eric. I mean, I think we've got quite a bit of good content here. This is great. I mean, so to recap, I mean, sanitization of mattresses for delivery. If you buy from Mattress Mattress and you get a floor model and you get a deal, which I'm sure people are going to be looking for it now, you're going to get a sanitized mattress. You're going to get a mattress protector. All those things sound really good. Maybe just curbside delivery for now. And yeah, going forward, continuing with that policy to not have exchanges, final sales, but you have salespeople that are trained properly to go through that process the right way. So when you get the mattress, you pick the right one the first time. All of it sounds great.
Yeah,
That's
great.
amazing. Was there anything else you wanted to add, Craig, or?
Oh, no, no, perfect.
Awesome.
We'll let him go.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you for your time today.
Hey, thank you guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
we're
that.
so lucky to have you in here, Eric. So thank you so much for spending
Thank
that
you.
time with us, and enjoy the rest of your day, man, and try to massage that back a little bit.
You got her. Okay. Have a good one, guys.
Awesome.